Welcome back, everyone, to the Web3 Weekly Podcast, the most relatable and reliable NFT, crypto, and technology podcast in the nation. In today's episode, I am joined with a few fellow Web3 Degens to help everyone in the audience today understand the new infamous NFT collection called God Hates NFTs. So with that out of the way, I would like to introduce my guest and help everyone to understand what is God Hates NFTs. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Web3 Weekly Podcast.
Yo, how you doing?
Not too bad.
What up,
happy.
Everybody?
Just before we start with the topic at hand, would you all mind to kind of introduce yourselves and let the audience know who you are?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Sharkslayer. I'm one of the moderators for the God Hates NFTs team. I recently just got put on the project. I've been involved since before the mint and pre-reveal, and I'm here for the long run. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. And I'm Steri.eth. Being also an OG, been fighting in the Discord to get that whitelist. We've had our journeys. I'm a community member that's driven for the project. We've been grinding. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
What up, everybody? My name is Devin. I'm just a young, true Degen out here. Found this project in my boys' Discord, Nick's Degen HQ. And then after that, it was just God's gift from there. Literally.
Awesome. So, I think we can kind of get right into it, the topic at hand. Wouldn't you all kind of maybe just want to give a brief summary of what exactly is God Hates NFT? What is this collection?
Yeah, I think I can do a quick small wrap up on it. So I mean, we obviously just got into it, and the first time we heard Sir Peters chat to us, he came in talking about community. He came in saying, screw a roadmap, all that shit doesn't even matter. It's about building community. And that resonated through quite a few of us in the community, and we've really been pushing around that, right? That's why we've been running huge spaces and just getting a community vibe going. That also allows for a DAO, and a DAO that actually works. We've done already votes that have been moved. Senor Peters actually really listens to his community, so it gives us a lot of power as a community. It comes with a lot of cool things with the project. We're getting our OG. We've got our OG mints, obviously, and then that allows us to get 2 bananas, right? And with those 2 bananas, then you can get a raffle. That's the first utility of the bananas. Each NFT gives you 2 bananas. Those you mint for $20 plus gas, right? Then you'll be entered into a raffle for a Bored Ape. We're seeing with obviously the funds as the volume in the project is moving. This is what he's told us, and with the $20 fees on the bananas, we're hoping to make enough money in the wallet to purchase more if we can. We'll see how that is. I mean, as we say, it's fully community driven, and we'll be mutating those bananas after the raffle. We'll be able to mutate into a art inspired Morty. Monkey. Our OGs currently are Rick inspired. The whole project is inspired art from Rick and Morty. Our Mr. Banaro is inspired as well, and everything's really awesome with the community. We've kept it tight. So yeah,
it's pretty sick. I've not only have I co-hosted some of the massive Twitter spaces surrounding God Hates NFTs, and actually talking to Peter, who is the pretty much, could we call him the CEO of God Hates NFTs?
Yes,
yeah,
sure.
We'll call him that. And it's cool to see him actually come to the community and talk to everyone. But just a little bit of backstory with God Hates NFTs. Does someone mind to explain what exactly a free mint is?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people might be confused
Right.
about the difference between a normal mint, which is just like a normal NFT collection, and with the rise of a free mint, which God Hates NFTs.
I believe I can touch on that a little bit. So basically a free mint is essentially a project that's not asking for money, but allows you to mint a certain amount in a collection just with a gas fee. So what majority of projects will usually do is they'll do their free mint, and they'll get this community-driven project behind it, let the people sell it on OpenSea, and with the royalties, some projects try and use that money to go back into their community, and some just dump the project and you know, take profits. And I think the difference with our community and why our free mint was so successful was because we, like Steri said, we are a DAO, which is a decentralized autonomous organization. So that basically means we make all the decisions. So the current price of our NFT right now, that is why it is so high. We make it that high. We are the ones controlling the floor, and we're not, you know, pumping it and dumping it. We're trying to build everyone together to make decisions that, you know, actually generate a good looking future for the project, and don't just, you know, leave spaces after a week and say we'll just take our money and run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I actually really like free mints just because they really lower the barrier to entry with a lot of NFT collections,
sure.
which is really cool to see. But kind of more on the backstory, just so the audience has a better understanding of what's going on. Can someone does someone care to explain where the God Hates NFTs idea came from?
Yeah, Devin could definitely touch on that.
Yeah, no, pretty much the idea. I mean, you all, I don't know if anybody noticed it or whatnot, but if you saw on Twitter, like back when NFT NYC was going on, you saw a bunch of protesters and whatnot with a bunch of signs that said God Hates NFTs. And then after that, I mean, it just blew up all over Twitter. And even myself, you know, I thought it was just, you know, a bunch of people out there, you know, just being typical Karens like they are nowadays. And after that, I mean, once everybody saw the like the information and all that, and it was all up everywhere, I think after that it was a storm from there. I mean, it got taken out of like a context that nobody's ever seen before. I mean, I myself even didn't think this was real, and then I was like, I'm a Degen into it, you know?
Right. So I think the hype that actually happened and got generated behind, you know, the project was because so many people were, I remember when I was looking into NFT NYC, I remember a lot of people actually tweeting and complaining about the event, right? So it was cool and pretty like ironic to see people protesting and making fun of, you know, the event in a sort of way, because if someone like Peter, who goes into spaces and talks in a voice where people can barely understand them and makes people laugh, then it generates hype and it generates, you know, interest in what's going on. So I think it kind of distracted people for a little bit at the actual bullshit side and made them turn around and be like, you know what, there is still hope in like humor and expressing yourself in this space. Yeah.
I think that's why sorry to cut you off, but I think that's why this collection has been so successful so far, is that it's just funny. Like, people just like funny shit. Like, it's kind of just stupid, but like, it's hilarious. Cool. It's stupid, but it's successful and it has a chance. And it's almost like just making fun of NFTs as a whole and the entire community. But the NFT community is kind of getting behind it, which is really cool to see. But
exactly.
Go ahead.
It's so simple.
I knew it was hype when my wife came to me and showed it to me. You know what I'm saying? And she's on Twitter. She's in one project and she just sits in that little project, you know, and I appreciate that she doesn't go too wild. But she came to me and I'd seen it and she came to me and showed it to me, and I'm like, nah, you know, this is going to be big. This is going to be something amazing. And I think also the whole Rick and Morty inspired art hyped it even more when we started seeing a few sneak peeks of what this was going to be, right?
Yeah, it resonates with everyone.
Yeah, because I mean, who doesn't love Pickle Rick?
Exactly.
Like, that shit's funny.
Exactly.
Like, it's just so cool. I remember like when I first saw the art, I was like, dude, this is something different. Like, I was so mad. I tried so hard to get on the whitelist, and I was only like 5 minutes late to it being full, and I've never like felt so disappointed in myself in my life. But you know what? I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to support.
Let's just quickly talk about that whitelist, right? I mean, if you guys were in the Discord was literally like almost desyncing and breaking.
Oh, every second of every
it couldn't
day.
even load. My phone couldn't load the speed of the Discord.
It was absolutely insane. The AI bot that was loading the competition and loading the
I remember with
wallet,
the Twitter memes, it was like 20 minutes behind. It was like packed. It was crazy.
Well, 20 minutes was still okay. You obviously got in early, but I mean, it eventually got to a 3.5 hour lag on the bot of the
Oh my
wallet
God.
submission.
Yeah, and
Because you
I
must
think
remember.
we
Yeah.
can all attest to that. I think me, Devin, and Sterry could all three attest to that, because I remember I was there. Like, I was one of the first people that tried to put my wallet address down, and that shit took an hour and a half for me, bro. That was scary. I was like, am I really not about to get this?
Yeah, it's
So
like it's just like dial. It almost made like my phone turn into dial-up internet, man. It was just so
it was
packed.
brutal.
It was
And
crazy.
if that's not hype, people trying to get in, I don't know what isn't. I mean, I stayed up 26 hours to get into this, right?
Yep.
I mean, we grinded, bro.
That's awesome, man. It's pretty cool to see the passion behind this project. If anyone is curious about if there really is passion behind this project, come to a Twitter space. You will feel it. You will know there's passion, especially if
three of us will be there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially if Peter's there talking about the collection, talking with the community, and people go crazy. But let's talk about some of the hype in general. Just kind of what's the hype for? Obviously, it's just a big collection. There's always going to be hype no matter what. But kind of where's the hype going? Like, what are people excited for?
Right.
69, baby.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I mean,
that's it.
basically, we have over 1,000, I think maybe even 1,500 now listed at 69 Ethereum. That's one thing. So we have community-driven support direct only NFTs that are showing, this trolling sort of feeling that we give off. So by listing at that 69 Ethereum, when the floor gets swept and people are looking for specific traits, they're going to immediately see that 69 ETH. They're going to be like, wow, like this is not overvalued. Like, people really want to hold on to what they have. They are not letting these go.
And I mean, the 69 ETH, right? Let's talk about that. When we started the spaces, I mean, we've got some really great community members that stick out in the spaces that we've been educating, right? We've been really educating our community. We haven't been coming up and just shilling the project nonstop. We've been teaching people about safety. We've been teaching people about floor depths, and I think that was one of the most important ones for all our community to actually understand floor depths, not to build walls. We support whales. We've been trying to teach people how to NFT, because I mean, when you get into the space and you see how reckless some people can be with their investments, or how quick they just want to jump out.
Advantage of.
Yeah, and they make losses, man. A lot of people, they don't NFT properly. They'd rather take a loss there so they can jump into something else, And we've just been trying to educate as a community how to do it different. And I think it comes from the 4chan culture, right? Because this is all 4chan culture themed. I mean, Sir Peter's obviously originates from that type of thing, and it's all about the meme. It's all about the community, and us hearing him. Us as the community, I mean, we community members, we only know as much as he tells us. We've been pushing it purely for that, right? We know the people understand it. 4chan and Reddit and those Degen plays took GameStop shares up. People understand the game. So hopefully our spaces are resonating, and people are learning. If we work as a pack and we work together, we can build value in our project because of our community. And
100%, especially with the community aspect in education. I've just been sitting in these spaces learning more and more about these projects, and that's how I came in contact with you all, how you all came on the podcast, how I just learned how the entire project is going, what's the goals, and also I took so many notes about this project, and that's why this episode is being recorded today, all because of the community that's being brought together through those Twitter spaces. So it's pretty sick.
I've got a question for you. I know you normally do the questions. But what has stood out from us, right? Because we've just been grinding. What has stood out from what you've seen about us?
Can you repeat that question? Sorry.
What have you seen about us, right? You said you've been in the spaces, you've been learning a lot, you've been taking down notes. I asked the question: what do you feel about us as a community? How do you feel about what we've been?
I think I've seen a bunch of collections, because I interviewed a bunch of people. I've interviewed a bunch of people that are a part of many different collections, and I haven't seen the passion like this. There isn't passion like this. There isn't spaces every day filled with hundreds of people, like, and not just the community as a whole, but you three, kind of individually, you've all been welcoming inside the space. Like, no one's really getting pissed off at each other. No one's like yelling at another person for doing something wrong. Like, you all are pushing for the same message of, we're going to the moon, we got this, let's go, we're a community. And you all didn't have any like pre motives, like, or anything like that with this. Like, you all allowed me to speak in front of hundreds of people, and you didn't get like annoyed with what I was doing, because like you allowed a young guy to just explain what he's doing and help the community and just learn.
That's really why a lot of people want to be in the community. That's why people love us, is because when you give people freedoms that they normally don't regularly get to have, they do feel happy and they are proud, because when you buy into something, a lot of people don't want to just stare at a picture. That's not what Web3 is supposed to be. Web3 in my mind, and a lot of people's mind, and this is what resonates with our community, it's ingrained into our brains at this point, is that we're here to make friends. Okay, we're here to make connections that will be lifelong connections. Like, these people that you'll meet in our spaces, they are from different parts of the world. Steri is from South Africa. I think me and Devin are both from the US, but there's a lot of people that are from all different parts of the land in the world, and it's cool to know that we have this reach on people, and that's what a lot of people love about us.
Yeah, that's awesome. But more about this collection in general, can you kind of talk about or obviously people are very curious about why people are investing into this project, obviously, with the hype and everything, people like the passion people have behind this project. But let's talk a little bit about utility. What's kind of the collection planning for utility for the future?
So, I mean, as we've said, we're a DAO, right? So whatever happens, we do it in the future. I'm going to take it back a little bit. When you've got a founder that is busy, let's say, building in the back end, because he's just been really busy. He's rolled out a lot of information, right? Of future things. I mean, Sandbox has even been sniping away at us, so that's another whole build that he's got to concentrate on. The community themselves push freely, if you understand. So an example, if you buy into a bit of a more controlled co-founder, you can't bridge out too much, your community stays a bit restrained. The beauty of this, we have community members coming out everywhere, right, offering utility. That's the beauty of it. You get me? I mean, I'm a sound engineer, I've done production. We're going to sit together as musos in this group, and we're going to work some like tutorials between each other and share some ideas. It's whatever the communities bring value is going to be a utility. Obviously, if we've got animators, all those types of things, but as our project builds, we'll have future utility. So, I mean, current utility right now is we've got our OG, we get 2 bananas. Those 2 bananas will go into a giveaway, into a raffle for the giveaway of a base C, or dependent on how the volumes have done and all that, more prizes. And then those bananas would be burnt into mutations. And we're not burning our OG series, right? And the reality is we try to talk about different plays, and we try to come with a different angle. We've thought as a community, and hopefully they hear, and I hope it gets spread more, that we only mutate 1 banana and keep the other banana, right, to hold supply back on the mutations, to have value on the bananas. And those are those types of things, if we can move as a community, you get me, build worth in our project. It will bring the volume, it will bring the money into the project, and future utilities can be rolled out. Because when we talk about utility, the utility right now is we're going to get 2 bananas, a base C, a raffle, and two mutations.
Can you talk about how someone could kind of enter that giveaway? Like, how is that all going to work?
Right.
So the giveaway. Yeah. Actually, Shark will be able to tell you more about it.
So basically, when you go ahead and you get your bananas, that's gonna enter you into the giveaway. So that's not a worrisome part, right? Because when you mint them, your address is connected to the Etherscan, and Peter already has a way to track that stuff. So when you mint your bananas, that'll be your entrance to the giveaway. Now, don't take my word for it, because he may have an extra step, but as far as I know, that's going to be the way to enter yourself into the giveaway. And it will be pretty simple. Everything he's done so far has been as simple as drawing crayons on paper. So as long as you follow the steps, which will be put out right before it happens in a detailed manner, everyone will be good to go. It'll be an easy peasy process, and it'll put a lot of smiles on people's faces, because some people were worried that one wasn't enough. And I keep all three of us, me, Devin, and Sterry, reiterate to you, you have the opportunity to get another one and have the banana to hold for liquidation if you ever need, right? Because some people do need to make a return on their investments, and that's okay. Like right now, we have a big focus on not allowing paper hands, because we keep reiterating that we're going to have a lot more opportunities to make money. And now is not the time to sell because it's too low. We know we can go higher. And that's what the future of us looks like.
That's awesome. I think this is a really cool collection. Obviously, I think you all have pure 100% just passion behind this project. There's really nothing but passion in your all's voices. I can really hear it. But that's kind of all the questions I had, especially with just the basics of understanding God Hates NFTs. Is there anything else you all would like to talk about? Maybe some price predictions, or what's the goal?
I think to add one or two things, like I just want to give a shout out to our community, Mr. Crypto, the Degen Preacher, Stonks, Alchemy, our KC Crypto, who's our actual Morty, and he's actually worked on a Rick. I don't know if you heard that tonight.
Yeah, we have a Cleveland, a meatball.
Oh yeah, I was in the space when Cleveland Browns showed up.
And this is the fun thing, right? When you allow people to express themselves on a space, because we're community driven, there's no formalities in terms of I can't go up there because the founder and the co-owner and they're doing it. No, man, that's not what it's about. We implore the characters that come into our spaces. Everybody's had a laugh, right? We've had some of the most fun there over the 3 days. We've been really holding it down. It hasn't stopped, right? The spaces have not stopped, and I think that brings people listening, because we're laughing at the same time, but then we're also educating. And I don't know how much more I need to stress about the education of just the value of what we have. And once you get up to these high value marks, like what we say 69, your attractions are going to be much less, right? It's going to go down, but it's not going to go down to a devalued project. So I think the community understands that. And hopefully agree. we get up there. You get me?
Yeah, I completely agree. But what are your all's, obviously the goal with the spaces is just to educate, but kind of keep pushing the message of the goal of 69 ETH. I don't mean to be a pessimist, but how let's say confident are you all that it can actually hit that eventually?
Oh, I'm more than confident. I think it'll actually go past it. I think this is by far the next big blue chip. We are giving some education and unique utility that no other NFT community has ever offered, and it was free, right? And that's the big thing that has to sit with a lot of people, because the fact that this turned from a free mint into what it is, it's not, and I'm not trying to hate on any other project, but it's not like Goblins where you're just listening to a recording for like 2 hours and just making noises. Like, we have that for like 15 minutes, but at least I'm going to call him the CEO, Peter, at least he, speaks with the people. He asked questions. He said, please, people ask me questions, and he answers them correctly in a uniform manner, and gives people what they want. He gives people things away, and it's a good place to be in. It's a future investment in my eyes that is very worthwhile. And,
Amen.
Yeah.
And wallet distribution is amazing as well. If you're looking as an investor, our biggest whale has 50, right? And then I think if you hold 14 or 15, you're in the top 25. Sir Peters was smart. He gave everybody 1 mint, right? Literally, and it's done a great job at that in terms of wallet distribution. I mean, I'll give an example. I got two. Uh, Shark has two. I don't know how many. Devin, how many you got?
Yeah. No, I actually sold a lot of my projects to ape into this God Hates NFT. I have I think seven, six,
Woo!
6 or 7.
Damn.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Devin's on fire right now, and
Yeah, I
that's,
sold a
yeah.
lot of projects.
How many would you say someone would have to own in their wallet to be considered a whale?
Well,
I'd say probably 20 plus.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, and that's really really small in the project. I mean, as I say, the highest guy has 50.
yeah, 50.
If you have 14, you're in the top 25.
Yeah, and just to speak on one more thing. I mean, if like Devin has 7, right? So he's gonna get 14 bananas because every single person is gonna mint as many as they can. He's probably gonna use 7 of them, if I can assume correctly. Which means he gets 7 more NFTs. So he's gonna have 14 NFTs and hold 7 bananas. You know, that's a lot. That's gonna be. I'm not even gonna talk pricing, but
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be a lot, and he's gonna hold because that shit's only gonna go up.
Yeah, I got a little 2-year-old baby. I'm trying to change her life and mine at the same time.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, we love that. We love that. But yeah, I want to thank you all so much again for taking time and actually leaving the Twitter space, which is pretty hard to do in my opinion.
Of course.
But
yeah.
Can I
thank you
say
all.
one thing?
FOMO.
Yeah, go ahead. I kind of want to give you all the floor for the next couple minutes to kind of just chill yourself.
Yeah.
Kind of let the audience know where they can find you and just who you are, pretty much.
Well, I'll get to that in a minute. I just want to say, man, this family, I'm not even gonna call it a community, man. At this point, this family, I mean, we've been in spaces nonstop past few days. I've been in the shower with these boys and girls. I've been in the work. I've been at work nonstop listening to these fools.
Preach.
But I just want to say, man, we got a lot of talent in this family. It's not only in Web3. I mean, we got a lot of great musicians in here. Shout out to Different. Shout out to Crypto Casualty.
Crypto God.
Yeah, I mean, we have a slew of talent here. It's just amazing what this family's doing. I mean,
yeah, and
the family alone is
talking about a family. Not only is Mr. Crypto being so nice by hosting all these spaces, he was actually one of the first people to ever allow me to interview him. He was one of my first ever interviews on this podcast. So shout out to Mr. Crypto
That's
again.
awesome,
He's doing great things for the community.
Hey, it always comes back home, baby.
Exactly. So when I saw that his space was popping up, I was like, oh, Mr. Crypto, let's go. He's making it, baby. He's finally getting the respect he deserves.
And to be honest, when you talk about where to find us, I don't even think we need to like give our specific ads. I think
honestly, just go to the Twitter space.
Yeah,
like if someone's listening to this right now,
find us there.
Yeah, I'm sure we have a Twitter space live at the time this is published, especially since it's going to be early morning. So it's literally just going to be tomorrow at the time of recording. So yeah, come join the Twitter space. Come say if you did listen to this episode and you join the Twitter space, make sure to request to speak and then be like, yo, Web3 Weekly brought me here. Yeah, I would love that. That would make my day. So yeah, if that's going to be all for me, but if you all did if you all want to kind of let the audience know where to find you, that is fine by me. But first, I'm going to kind of let the audience know where they can keep following the podcast. So if you would like to keep supporting us here at the Web3 Weekly Podcast, feel free to follow us on all of our social medias. It is at Web3 Weekly Pod on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. So feel free to follow us, like some of our stuff, and even send us a message on how we can improve or what you liked about the episode today. But also share this episode with one of your friends if they're having trouble learning about God Hates NFTs. I know I've had a couple people already as kind of the go-to crypto guy in my friend group. A couple people have already asked me about what this is. So that's another reason why I'm making this podcast episode. But yeah, also leave 5 stars on whatever podcast platform you're listening today. And guys, I just want to thank you all for listening. The audience that is listening today. You're all the whole reason why us 4 are here. So yeah, any of you all want to say anything before we head out?
Yeah, you could find me at on Twitter on at only call me Oscar. It'll show up as sharkslayer.eth, and just tune into the spaces. You'll find me there.
Yeah,
Hell
man.
yeah, man.
And for me, I just want to let people know. I mean, I think a lot of people, we came in for the flip, but we're staying for the community. I'm not letting go of this, right? It's the community power. So you can catch me at @steri_eth.
Hell yeah. Well,
Yeah, no, I just
go
want to
ahead.
say my name's you can find me on Twitter at Deven62_5298, Deven62.eth. But nah, I think we're all three here came from the same place. Shout out to the Degens HQ. You
For
know,
sure.
we're here to hold it down, baby.
And shout out to you, Web3. Thank you for having us, man.
Exactly.
No
Yeah.
problem.
Huge
I'm
shout
so
out.
happy. I can't even explain how important it, or how important I feel that you all took time out of your day to come on the podcast. But if with that out of the way, audience, again, thank you all so much for listening today.
Yep.
Thank all you three as well for coming on. I can't explain what it means to you all to come on, just like I said like 3 seconds ago. But I've been saying the same thing. I've been ending the podcast episodes with the same thing for a while, and that is, have a good one, guys. Stay bullish. We'll see you later.
God bless.
God bless.
Yeah, man. Be safe.